Good morning to everyone. I am City Commissioner Pam Smith-Wright, and I welcome you to the unveiling of Owensboro's own Tuskegee Airmen display. What a great crowd. I expected some people, but this is really great. I have often said that Owensboro, when it comes to our veterans, you can't find another place who supports our veterans any better than the citizens of Owensboro. So I really want to thank you all for coming out today.
It's my honor to be here with you all today. Several of you all know how the process goes for coming up with designation of signs and how that goes through the process. We do have someone here with the Department of Transportation for Kentucky out of Madisonville with us. We appreciate them being here with us today to unveil the sign and things like that. But most importantly, today, the one that we're honoring and the reason we're honoring has a lot to do with several of our people that are here today. So if you are a veteran, would you just raise your hand? I won't make you stand up. If you'll just raise your hand of all the veterans that we have in the room here today. Thank you all so much. Because I can honestly say every veteran I come across is one for all and all for one. And I think in our military, in the times that the Tuskegee Airmen, and I struggle with that name, and y'all all know we do. During those times, it was not always popular for them to make the extra effort, and they made an extra effort. They made an extra effort, and their families also made that extra effort to participate and honor our country. And there's nothing more that we can be more grateful and thank them for that. And it's even more appropriate that we get to, as you come into the airport, you'll see that honor that Daviess County and Owensboro and all the state of Kentucky honors our veterans, honors the Tuskegee Airmen that we have his name on that sign, and the families that it represents. Thank you all so much for being here, and please, every opportunity you get, let's keep remembering our veterans and keep making sure that every single day we say our prayers at night and thank God for our veterans that keep us free. Thank you.
Welcome to our airport. Thank you for allowing me to speak on behalf of the Owensboro-Daviess County Regional Airport Board and to some degree the Owensboro City Commission and Daviess County Fiscal Court. Because this airport, this room, the services we provide would not be available if your community, your elected governments had not supported this airport. You know, you can tell we take a great bit of pride in our community. You know, you can see the pictures here. You can see the riverfront, the air show. We have our hometown heroes. We have our regional celebrities. And you can go back in the holding area, the post-TSA screening area, and you'll see a recognition of Wendell Ford, who made great strides with aviation. There was a Frank Sheehan. He was one of the first aircraft manufacturing owners in the United States from Owensboro. But today is particularly exciting to the ones of us here at the airport. Not only are we paying tribute to someone that served in our armed forces at a particularly difficult time, and I'm sure many guys in this room understand that a lot more, than I do. But we're not, and looking at an aviator, someone that led aviation, a pioneer in that field. You know, he wasn't part of history; he made history. And quite frankly, I've been here several years as the airport director, and I'd never heard. I knew the Tuskegee Airmen story well, but I did not know that we had a hometown native that was a big part of that movement. And I think it makes us all proud. And this event today here is very nice. We get to, pay tribute and enjoy this. But what we appreciate here at the airport is you all decided, the veterans, and I'm sure Pam, to place this exhibit at our airport. And we really like this because every day we're going to get to relive this and see people enjoy the exhibit that you all chose to place at this airport. So we thank you for that, and thank you for allowing us to be part of the Lieutenant Milton T. Hall Tuskegee Airmen exhibit.
Thank you, Donald.
I'd just like to say it's an honor to be here today to recognize a man that was dedicated to serving his country. He had a dream of being an airman and serving his country in that way, and he realized that dream. We'd just like to say we hope the signs that we installed on the way in here to the airport will be a reminder to people as they visit here of those that have given their lives in the service of this country. So with that, thank you. We're glad to be a part of this, and hope you take a look at the signs on the way out. They look really nice. Thank you.
Good morning. It's great to see you and for you to honor and have a sincere interest in my brother, First Lieutenant Milton T. Hall. And it is also an honor that you once again think of the men in the Tuskegee Airmen. These men worked very hard. Their place in history is settled. But what they did was brilliant, and it's beginning to be forgotten. I brought this morning a letter from my brother to my mother, and this was in 1942, and it records his feeling when he soloed. And the feeling, surprisingly, up there by himself, he felt lonesome. Now, that's the kind of fella he was. And, you know, we have lonesome people here in Owensboro and a great many other places. Let's keep other people, especially our veterans and those who are the first responders in any kind of epidemic or whatever. Keep them close. Remember them. Call some of them. And there's one other thing that I want to tell you. When I came to live with my grandmother, she was the matriarch of our family. On Sunday evening, after everything had been put away from dinner and so forth, people would come to the house. Not a big house, but just the house where we lived, and they would tell her about troubles that were happening in the family to people that here in Owensboro and far away. And she would listen, and then after a while, maybe they cried and so forth, but she would listen, and she would say something to them. And then there'd be hugs and smiles, and they'd go away. Well, I was nosy. I wanted to know what she told these people. And so one day, I got very close to the door, and the two doors were adjacent like that. And I got in one door and was trying to be very quiet. But the other door stuck a little bit. You know how they do when they're wooden doors. And she was working on the door, and she got it open for the person to go away. And she said, "Tell him if he can get to Owensboro." And then she looked down and saw me, and she never finished. But I can tell you what she was going to say. He won't be lonesome.
He won't be lonesome. Thank you, Cousin Emily. So while you're up, Cousin Em, I want you to head that way, and I'm going to come back with you, and we're going to unveil the wall, the display. And what I want you to know is this is not a museum. It's just a display in honor of Owensboro's own Tuskegee Airmen. And people who are traveling, they will be able to come through this airport and just take a stop before they get on that plane and look at the display. And then also, it's a learning portion of the airport where teachers can bring their students out and they can learn about the Tuskegee Airmen. And if anybody has any little artifacts or anything like that about the Airmen, if you want to donate that to us to put in that shadow box that we have down there, a display case, we'll be more than happy to do that. So I'm going to, again, thank each and every one of you, and we're going to move down there and unveil the display.